Hey guys, this is AbdeCaf and you're watching Show and Tell.
Show and Tell presents AbdeCaf.
We're here live, Gibson Showroom, Orlando, Florida. I'm here with AbdeCaf. He just got back from playing Veld Festival in Canada. How was it, man?
It was pretty rad. Canada's really fun.
Yeah. All right. So I know you're not really a big fan of dubstep, but I know you said you wanted to check out some things while you were there, see if you could kind of enjoy it. Did you happen to see anything?
Bass Nectar was really good, actually. Like, I never thought that I would like, wub wub music, but his stuff was very post, he had a lot of post dubstep stuff as opposed to just straight ignorant wobbles, and it was really cool. The thing I didn't like about his set, though, was like there were moments of beautiful musicianship, and then it was punctuated by bouts of just long and ignorant wobbles, and I was like, dude, you're very talented. Like, why would you let a 5-minute breakdown ruin, an otherwise really nicely put together song?
Well, you started off by picking up a guitar to join a Blink-182 cover band. How'd you go from covering all the small things to being here and having songs like Faded and Loveless and playing electronic shows and things like that?
Well, I was 12, and it was actually a bass, not a guitar, but it was, I think it was just transitory. Like, I needed to pick up the bass to then pick up the guitar to then want to play keys and, really get into music, because up until then I didn't care about music too much. But, I'm glad that happened, because that got me started in all of this, and, now I'm here in the Gibson Orlando showroom with you guys, so. But, I think the transition was just the way I felt and the way I grew up over the years. Like, when I was 12, I was just like, yeah, fuck everything. Let's play, punk. And then as I got older, like, I started appreciating, like, real music. Like, I listened to a lot of jazz and, like, I listened to a lot of post-rock. And I was like, man, Mogwai, Explosions in the Sky, like, that's it. So I started Fight Like Animals. And that's what really made me believe that I even had, like, the capability to do this for real. Because, right off rip, 3 months into it, we got picked up by Gibson, and I was like, whoa, that's the greatest guitar company in the world, and they're like willing to, support me. It was crazy. Like, I ran around my room and screamed like a little girl for like hours, and here we are, I'm sitting here with like a nice Les Paul reissue, and I'm like drooling over it.
So you said when you were young it was kind of fuck the world, punk rock music. Do you have a first concert you're kind of embarrassed about, or maybe you liked it? What was your first concert?
Ozfest 2006. And I'm super proud because that was like System of a Down's last show ever. And they were my favorite band, and they still kind of are a little bit. And, seeing them and just, it was so heartfelt. They were like, oh, we love you guys. It's not goodbye, it's just see you later. And like, it was a moment. Everyone there cared. And it was all these big burly metalheads, and you could see them getting emotional, and it was cool.
Well, I know you're a huge Explosions in the Sky fan, but what else would we see if we looked through your iPod?
It's crazy. It goes everywhere from Kanye to Mogwai to Slow Magic to, I'm trying to think, Flying Lotus, John Coltrane, B.B. King, Miles Davis. I love Miles Davis. You'll find some really ignorant pop music. I'll have some Katy Perry. I'll have, I'm trying to think specifically things that I'm ashamed of, but, nothing comes to mind. I have My Chemical Romance's second album. I'm ashamed of that, like, extremely. Extremely.
Okay.
They're just not good anymore, but they were. I have Skrillex on there, so, I may not like dubstep, but he makes some really good stuff. Same as Bass Nectar. Like, it's really good musicianship, and then there's the drop, and you're like, ah.
Kind of like With You Friends. It's
That song's awesome. I love that song. Like, there's no dubstep. It's just pure, really good, ignorant house. But, like, I say ignorant, but I don't mean that. It's just, like, the way I categorize certain things. And, stuff like that specifically is really good, at least to me. Like, I like Madeon, I like Porter Robinson. But the minute that you hear whoop, 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 it's like, come on.
All right. I'm pretty sure you saw this question coming. I'm not going to go into details about it, but recently, maybe in the past 2 days, Twitter kind of exploded with some drama. I'm not going to say any names or anything like that, but it seems like every time something great happens, like playing Veldfest or something, there's just these negative things that come out and they just attack. How do you keep that from getting to you personally and trying to stay away from it as opposed to letting it just...
Funny enough, I didn't even see that as like a real thing. It was just really just, are you talking to me? Like, I could have just not known you and been okay. You know, no one asked you to email me and tell me that you deserve my slot more. You know, no one. I could have not known you, and then I would have watched your set and shaken your hand, and we could have probably been friends. But he had to go and just be a complete, like, it was rude. You know, I don't care anymore. I don't think about him, so I'm sure he's over there like, bah, AbdeCaf. Bring your love, baby, I could bring my shame. Bring the drugs, baby, I could bring my pain. I got my heart right here. I got my scars right here.
Well, Rebuild's dropping in September now. Anything you want to say about that?
That one's really cool. Everyone should be really excited. Andrew WK's on it. Trying to think who else is on it. This guy's gonna be on it. I'm pointing at Ptolemy, who's David, my buddy. He's one half of Magical Powers with me, which is my side project. We're dropping a Magical Powers EP August 21st.
Well, it seems like you got a lot going on between Magical Powers, Rebuild, shows, Canada, things like that. Where do you find all this time? Do you just put all you can into it? It seems like that's what it is, right?
It's half that and half that I just don't have a life. Like, there's nothing I want to do besides making music, and yeah, that's really it. Like, I just make music. I used to play PS3, but then it broke. It was kind of God's way of saying, like, you know, go make music. You suck. Stop sitting around playing Skyrim.
All right. Well, to change the subject before we end here real quick, I did a little bit of research, and I happen to know that you happen to have a little man crush on a certain actor named Ryan Gosling.
He's just dreamy. I don't even. He's dreamy. I don't know what to say about him.
Okay, well,
It's not even a sexual thing. Like, I love women. It's just he's Ryan Gosling.
Okay, well, I got kind of a hard question for you. Take any movie ever made, ever, I don't care how long ago, and replace the main actor with Ryan Gosling.
The Godfather. I would pay crazy money to see that movie, and as long as they didn't butcher it, like as long as Al Pacino played Marlon Brando's role, and as long as it was just true to the original, and it was like a shot-for-shot remake, but just with better angles and lighting and better, you know, technology, and no CGI, I would be happy. But I kind of hope no one goes and does that, because it sounds like it would be awful. But just Ryan Gosling and The Godfather at the same time would be great.
I feel like you had an answer for that question extremely quick. Like, have you thought about that before?
It just popped into my head. Like, I picked my favorite movie and Ryan Gosling, and it would just be right. It would just be right.
All right. Well, you can check them out, guys. Facebook.com/AbdeCaf. Anything you want to say before we go?
Thank you guys for, like, interviewing me. This is awesome. This is the reason I do it. It makes me really happy to know that people care about my music at all, besides, oh, hey, this sounds cool. Well, it's not that great. I'm going to move on. So, you know.
All right. Check them out. Music is free. Go ahead. Thanks, guys.